Welcome. It is August 1st, 2021. The trade deadline is coming past, and the Colorado Rockies are sitting at 43 and 62. Now, we did not make many moves. Actually, we didn't really make very many, if any at all. And the reason for that was I wanted to find moves that made sense, and I wasn't able to really find any. But we did end up with a decent amount of trades, which we're fixing to go through here in just a minute. No major trades were made as far as bombshell offers. Nothing that popped off. Nothing that gave me the, nothing. So as of since this is a trade, since this is a video that was made after the trade deadline, I'm just going to cover every trade from the first trade that was made in June on the 7th till up to the deadline. So we did end up making two trades. We ended up making one trade with the Brewers. We traded John Gray for Josh Lindbaum. And then we traded Ian Desmond to the Marlins for Elser Hernandez. We also ended up trading Trevor Story to the Yankees for Gleyber Torres and Luis Medina. The Rangers acquired Bo Burrows from the Red Sox for Jordan Lyles. That was on the 19th. On the 25th, the Astros and the Indians struck a deal that honestly kind of confounded me a little bit. But I guess for the Astros, it made sense because they're still in first place. The Indians acquired Forrest Whitley from the Astros for right fielder Jordan Luplow. And then, honestly, for me, the first of the two big bombshells kind of fell. Sorry about that. Just need a second. Anyway, okay, so the first of the two bombshells dropped. And bombshells, I mean the destruction of the Toronto Blue Jays, in my opinion. The Blue Jays ended up trading Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to the Twins for starting pitcher Jan Duran and shortstop Nick Gordon. The second one happened on the 2nd of July, and that was Bo Bichette got traded to the Marlins for center fielder Connor Scott and Josh Robertson. Again, the destruction of the Toronto Blue Jays. At least for my, I was surprised. I didn't expect Guerrero and Bo Bichette to both be traded in the same year. So that one was a little bit of a shock to me. Steven Gonzalez was acquired from the Red Sox to the Nationals for relief pitcher Luis Avilion. The Pirates and the Yankees reached an agreement on the 3rd of July. Gregory Polanco ended up being traded from the Pirates to the Yankees, and the Yankees sent right fielder Brandon Lockridge and relief pitcher Braden Bristow. To me, that was a little bit of a surprise, mainly just because I didn't. I don't know. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. It's kind of hard to put it into words exactly why, but it was a surprise. On the 5th of July, the Rays and the Angels struck a deal. Jordan Walsh went from the Angels to the Rays for starting pitcher Josh Fleming, third baseman Kevin Pilado, and left fielder Yan Diaz. And then another bombshell. Well, I'd say another bombshell, another name that to me doesn't get talked a lot about. Ketel Marte actually got picked up by the Yankees from the Diamondbacks, and they sent Clark Schmidt and Nestor Cortez Jr. back to the Diamondbacks. And then, well, it was a little bit of a bizarre move because the Blue Jays had traded Bo Bichette, so they had a need at shortstop. So what did they end up doing? They ended up acquiring shortstop Tim Anderson from the White Sox. They sent first baseman Roddy Telles, relief pitcher Julian Merriweather, and right fielder Randall Gurchick. I don't know. I don't understand that move. I really don't. The Orioles and the Red Sox struck a deal. Freddie Galvis got traded for Nick Decker. So the Red Sox got a shortstop in Galvis, and the Orioles got a right fielder in Decker. The Blue Jays, though, they weren't done. They ended up sending off Yuri Gurriel Jr. to the Braves for Bryce Wilson and right fielder Trey Harris. The Royals and the Cubs struck a deal on the 17th of July. Brady Singer was acquired from the Royals for Justin Steele and Ronier Quintero. I'm shocked, and then I haven't even looked at all these, so I'm still getting a little bit of a surprise. The Royals and the Mariners inked a deal on the 18th. Bobby Witt Jr. is going from Kansas City to Seattle, and Justice Sheffield is being sent to Kansas City. That one surprised me. Joe Panik got traded from the Blue Jays to the Red Sox. Red Sox gave up catcher Raldinho Baldwin. And the Tigers and the Yankees inked a deal. Wilkerman Garcia got traded for relief pitcher Joe Jimenez. So Jimenez is going to the Yankees. Garcia is going to the Tigers. I don't know. And oh, you've got to be wow. Okay, the Blue Jays are just blowing this shit up. They ended up trading Cavan Biggio to the Rays for Austin Meadows. So in the course of this year, they traded. I'm stunned. I don't. Oh, I don't know. Wow. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So in the course of the year, Guerrero, Bichette, and Biggio, all of their all all wow, all got traded. All ended up being traded. And I have to question what the Blue Jays got in return for these guys. Wow. I'm wow. All right, and another I'm getting over this one. Another deal that was struck between the White Sox and the Orioles. Left-handed pitcher John Means is headed to Chicago for first baseman Andrew Vaughn. And that deal was struck on the 24th. The Royals and the Rays struck a deal. Tyler Glasnow is headed to Kansas City. Nicky Lopez and Michael Taylor are headed to the Rays. And then the final trade that was made on the 30th of July. Shortstop Alberto Mondesi was sent from the Royals to the White Sox for Matthew Thompson, Bennett Sousa, I can't pronounce his last name, Sousa, and then Micker Aloforo. Oh my God, I cannot pronounce these last names. I'm sorry. Basically, the White Sox gave up a starting pitcher, a relief pitcher, and a right fielder. And from the sounds of these names, they sound young for a young short. So basically, they traded away Tim Anderson. And in the process of this trade deadline, they traded away Tim Anderson for Alberto Mondesi. Basically, I mean, it's a surprise. To me, it's a shock. It really is. I'm just gonna do a quick overview of the standings real quick. You see in the National League West, it's a two-team rat race. The Dodgers and the Padres are gonna be fighting with each other for the year on this. The Rockies are sitting in dead last at 43 and 62. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for as far as what I'm hoping this team is going to accomplish and wins. I don't know. The Central, the Brewers are a half game up on the Reds. It's kind of a three-team race between the Brewers, the Reds, and the Cubs. The Cubs have 51 wins. They're 51 and 56. They're 3 games back of the Brewers. The Reds are 53 and 53. They're a half game behind the Brewers. The Cardinals and the Pirates are a complete mess. I'm honestly a little more surprised that the Cardinals are the Cardinals are as big of a mess as they are. Just going 41 and 64 at this point is just for St. Louis fans. That's unheard of. In the National League East, the Mets are a game and a half up on the Braves. 58 and 47 versus 57 and 49. Honestly, this division is going to be a tight race. Wow, the Nationals are actually in last place at 52 and 53, but they're 6 games back. The Braves are in second. The Phillies are in third. The Marlins are 5 games over 500. And they're only 3 games back of the division. That's a shocker to me. The American League wild card is a dogfight between the Indians and the White Sox, and the Red Sox, the Angels are all fighting it out. The Rays are 6.5 games back. It's a 4-team race just to see who's going to end up where. The American League West, the Astros are just beating the dog crap out of everybody in their division. They, at this point, it's not a question of, it's just a question of when are they going to officially clinch the division, because they're 14 and a half games ahead of the Angels. They are 69 and 36. The Angels are 55 and 51. I honestly have to say to myself, I feel horribly, I feel very sorry for Mike Trout. I really do. The Rangers are 46 and 58. Athletics are 46 and 60. And then the Mariners are 40 and 65. Honestly, not that big of a surprise. The Central, the Twins are a game ahead of the Indians. The White Sox are 5.5 back. The Tigers and the Royals are 13.5 and 19.5 back. Honestly, it's going to come down to the Indians, the Twins, and the White Sox on who can walk away with the division, and possibly who out of those two that don't make it, who walks out with the wild card. And in the American League East, of course, the Evil Empire, the New York Yankees, are basically flexing their dominance on the division. They're 67 and 32. They're 12.5 games ahead of the Red Sox, who are 56 and 52. The Rays are 49 and 56. The Blue Jays are 45 and 59. And the Orioles are 40 and 62. If I'm going to be honest, just looking at some of these rankings, I don't completely understand it, but then looking at these rankings and stuff, trading away 3 pieces of your bright young future to different teams it's a shock to me. It really is. The National League wild card is in a dogfight. The Padres and the Braves have the top two slots clinched. The Phillies are a game back. The Marlins are a game and a half. I never thought I'd be able to say the Marlins are actually in the running for something and mean it. And the Reds are 4 back. I'm still stunned. I'm just, wow. This is, and the odd thing about it is, we're actually 13.5 games back in the wild card standings for the National League. We actually have a better shot of catching the wild card than we do the National League West. It's just sad. But anyway, that's going to call an end to this video. And we will see you with the next one. As for what is next for the Colorado Rockies, we have contract extensions coming up. We have the September call-ups as we get ready to pretty much dole out the last 2 months of the season. As you can see, we've got a lot of contracts that are coming up. A lot of people are going to be picked up. It's just going to be a money thing. And, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen. I did make some decent offers on a few players, but it just, I don't know. I wanted to upgrade our pitching rotation, but I don't know. Something told me it just wasn't going to be. There were a couple offers that I made for some pitchers that looked good, but it just wasn't what I was going to have to give up wasn't worth me getting it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in the off season if we can, maybe strike a couple of deals, maybe get somebody for the bullpen, get some arms, and do some upgrades, because we got some work to do with the team as a whole, and I got to figure out what I want to do with this team, honestly, as a whole. But we've got plenty of guys here. We've got Garrett Hampson, we've got Sam Hilliard, we've got Ryan McMahon, C.J. Cron, Gleyber Torres, Austin Gomer, the list goes on and on. There will be a lot of people that get re-signed. There will be a few people that it's gonna, we'll have to look at some numbers. And then there's a few guys that are on the bottom of this list that just, you look at them and just go age versus potential versus where they are, and is it worth it? And for some of them, it's not going to be worth it. But we will roll on, and we will roll on and continue the month of August as we finish out the series against the San Diego Padres. So we finished out the season against the Padres. In the last game that we had, we did beat the Padres 2-0. Scott, let me see. Let me show the. Yeah, Scott Olbrigg actually got the save. Castanelli ended up actually pitching 8 innings and did a wonderful job. Only gave up 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 9, and we kept San Diego. Well, we kept San Diego down, which honestly for us was a surprise. I didn't think it was going to happen. Musgrave ended up taking a loss. He ended up going 9-4. Stamen, Strom, and Hill ended up playing. Hill ended up giving up what ended up turning out to be the insurance run in the 9th inning, and like I said, we managed to get a win. Hopefully, with this first game of the month of August, we can at least salvage a 2-2 series. It's going to be German Marquez and Yu Darvish as we get ready to open up the month of August, and we will see what happens from there. Because we've got the end of this series, then we've got the Cubs, Miami, Houston, and San Francisco. At this point, it's just going to be a question of what happens. Until next time, we will see you here on the Colorado Rockies franchise for MLB The Show 21. As always, thank you guys for the support, and we will see you with the next video.